English fairy tale, The Star Pearl of Selandria. Far beneath the shimmering surface of the Mariluvia Sea, nestled in the coral bright kingdom of Selandria, lived a young mermaid named Kailani. Her tail sparkled like the twilight waves, and her hair flowed with sea foam light. Unlike other mermaids, Kailani was obsessed with the sky, especially the stars. While others collected pearls and sang to dolphins, Kailani spent her nights staring up toward the surface, dreaming of constellations she had never truly seen. "It's just silly," chuckled her best friend Nimbus, a seacorn whose spiraled horn often got tangled in seaweed. "But don't you wonder what they sound like?" Kailani whispered. Chapter 2. When the Sea Forgot to Sing. One morning, all of Selandria woke up to silence. The coral chimes no longer sang. The waves felt off. At the palace, Queen Arelith summoned the sea sages. She said, "The tides are misbehaving. Something ancient has gone missing." Soon it was revealed. The star pearl, the mystical gem that balanced sea and moon, had vanished. Without it, the tides would tangle, music would fade, and eventually the sea would fall into chaos. "I'll find it," cried Kailani. "Let me try." With a sigh and a glimmer of hope, Queen Arelith agreed. "But you must not go alone." Chapter 3. The Singing Dragon and the Moon Ray. Kailani's first stop was the Coral Amphitheater, where old sea legends spoke of a guardian who once sang lullabies to the moon. There, she met Sir Cantarell, a golden sea dragon with harp-like fins and a tail that shimmered like stardust. He said, "I heard your voice in my dreams. I've been waiting." Next, they traveled to the Moonray Caverns to find Mira, a gentle, glowing stingray who once flew through moonlight in her dreams. Mira was shy, but when she heard Kailani's determination, she agreed to come. And, of course, Nimbus joined, after getting his horn unstuck from a sea sponge. Chapter 4. The Jungle of Kelp Whispers. Their first challenge came in the dense kelp jungles of Kalore. There, whispers echoed through the leaves. "You'll never find it," hissed the voices. "The stars are a myth." But Kailani sang a melody she remembered from her mother. The kelp twisted, shimmered, and opened a path. "I think the sea listens when you sing from the heart," Mira said softly. They escaped the jungle and followed the current toward the whirlpool mirrors. Chapter 5. The Whirlpool of Reflection. The whirlpool mirrors spun in shimmering circles, reflecting their fears and memories. Kailani saw herself alone, forgotten. Sir Cantarell saw his music turn into silence. Mira saw herself fading away. But Nimbus? He saw himself dancing with jellyfish. "Fear is silly," he laughed, splashing everyone with glowing bubbles. Their laughter broke the whirlpool's magic, and the wave forward cleared. Chapter 6. The Temple of Echoes. High on a coral cliff, carved with ancient shell runes, stood the Temple of Echoes. Inside, they met Echolet, a floating jellyfish oracle who spoke in rhyme. To find the pearl that holds the tide, seek where the stars and sea coincide. Beyond the trench where shadows sleep, dive through silence, brave and deep. It was a riddle, but Kalani knew what it meant. Chapter 7. Into the Deep Trench. They dove into the Lunaris Trench, where even bioluminescent fish did not shine. It was silent, cold, but Kalani sang again. Her voice, a lullaby of courage, glowed from her chest like a lantern. Down, 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 until they found a chamber glowing with soft blue light. There, upon a pedestal of silver sand, was the star pearl. But guarding it was a shadow, a being of doubt. "You think you're worthy?" it snarled. "I think we're enough," Kalani replied, stepping forward. The shadow tried to consume her with fear, but Kalani took the hands of her friends. Together, they hummed a tune that turned the darkness to light. The shadow faded. The star pearl rose and glowed with warmth. They returned it to Queen Oralith, and the tides began to sing again. But the real magic was what Kalani discovered, not just the stars above, but the ones inside her and her friends. The end.